Hey farmers, welcome to Animal Farm Africa, and in today's video we will be discussing the causes of high chick mortality and how to stop it. I've also got some tips that's going to show you how to prevent losing your birds at an early age. If you've been struggling with brooding and not knowing the reasons of early chick mortality, this will prevent you from acting on time to save your birds. That is why you will need this knowledge, because it will stop any form of chick mortality to the various causes we will discuss and get more chicks to cross over from the brooding stage. Click the subscribe button for other helpful videos and engage us with your questions in the comment section. And do not forget to click on the notification bell so don't be left behind. Chicks are very frail, especially during the first few weeks of their life. That is why it is important to have sound management to keep your flock healthy. One thing to understand is that irrespective of the quality of the chicks and the quality of management, early chick mortality cannot be avoided entirely. 1 to 5% of mortality is normal in a poultry farm, however, anything higher than this should be taken seriously. A high mortality rate is a sign that something is wrong with the flock, and it demands the poultry owner's immediate intervention to stop further losses, as failure to do so may lead to huge losses. Many factors cause early chick mortality, such as genetics of the chicks, management of flock, disease outbreaks, and nutritional causes. Let's discuss all 4 causes of mortality gradually. There are around 21 gene mutations in birds that can be fatal. Most of these fatal genes lead to chicks' death during the incubation period. In addition, congenital tremors and congenital local cause the death of chicks within a week of hatching. Another most important cause of early chick mortality is poor management. Sound management is important for keeping flocks healthy and alive. Chicks reared in poorly managed poultry won't be able to manifest their full genetic potentials. Some of the management blunders include high brooding temperature. High brooding temperature is dangerous for your flock as too much heat makes chicks dehydrated, which make them consume more water rather than feed, and due to their reduced feed intake, their growth is drastically affected, leading to their death. Besides, it also causes pasted vent, which is a condition in chicks where feces stocked around the vent area block the vent, ultimately resulting in chicks' deaths because of their inability to pass out waste from the body. Another cause is a low brooding temperature. A low brooding temperature causes chilling, and prolonged exposure to cold can directly affect the immune system of the chicks, thereby making birds vulnerable to diseases. Also, flock tends to huddle together when exposed to too much cold to keep themselves warm. Huddling causes suffocation in the flock, thereby resulting in chick mortality. A major cause of early chicks mortality is poisoning. The mortality rate due to poisoning is high in early chicks. It, however, depends on the type, dose, and duration of exposure. Poisoning mortality could be sudden and dreadful. The reason for poisoning could be caused by anything from feed to excessive salt intake, chemicals such as herbicides and insecticides, or even disinfectants. Litter contamination is another most crucial cause of chick mortality. Some farmers use sawdust for brooding, which could be really harmful to chicks. Chicks can mistake sawdust for feed, and in the process, they consume it in good quantity, which leads to gastrointestinal impaction and ultimately resulting in death. Starvation is another cause of chick mortality because young chicks do not have fat storage to fulfill body needs during starvation, resulting in death. Injuries. It is important to handle chicks carefully during vaccination, sexing, dubbing, debeaking, transportation from brooding farm to rearing farm, otherwise, it can cause injuries and ultimately result in death. Inadequate feeders and drinkers affect flocks' performance. It also leads to feed wastage and water spillage that results in the wet litter, which is a suitable condition for disease outbreak. Less feeder and drinker, on the other hand, cause starvation, ultimately leading to death. Finally, predators. Predators, such as rat, dog, cat, can easily make their ways in the brooding place and attack. What we are going to be discussing next are the nutritional causes of early chick mortality. Water is one of the essential elements for maintaining the health and performance of the birds. It not only acts as a transport medium for nutrients and metabolic end products, but also it helps in maintaining body temperature during hot weather. Also, water balances the minor deficiency of minerals like sodium, calcium, and potassium. Unhygienic water causes high mortality. Fat-soluble vitamin deficiency, such as a deficiency in vitamins A, D, E, and K, are another cause of high chick mortality. These vitamins are required for normal growth, development, and reproduction of chicks. A high deficiency of fat-soluble vitamins can cause death. In comparison, minor deficiency of these vitamins results in cessation of growth, lacrimation, rickets, ruffled feather, and anemia. Water-soluble vitamin deficiency is also a cause of high chick mortality due to nutritional deficiency. Vitamin C and B complex are water-soluble vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins are an essential part of poultry diets, and they are required for the metabolism, reproduction, growth, and development of chicks. A severe deficiency of these vitamins can cause death, but a minor deficiency will lead to poor feathering, low growth, weight loss, dermatitis, nervous signs, and anemia in your chicks. Next, we see how diseases can cause high chick mortality. Young chicks are susceptible to infections and diseases due to a lack of immunity during the first 6 weeks of their lives. It is crucial to put in place and maintain biosecurity measures, or else you risk an increase in the chances of a disease outbreak such as polorum. This is again a bacterial infection characterized by ruffled feathers, labor breathing, white diarrhea, chirping, and death. Another disease that can cause a high mortality in chicks is the chicken anemia virus infection, or CAV, which is an acute viral infection found worldwide. It can infect chickens of all ages, however, it is mostly detected in young chickens. CAV affects the immune system of the chicken, thereby leaving it more susceptible to other infections. However, mortality is often a result of secondary infection. Now on to the next, which is salmonellosis. This is a group of acute rapidly spreading diseases characterized by a rise in body temperature, omphalitis, hepatitis, and septicemia, enlargement of the spleen, arthritis, and death. In our next video, we will be discussing about the 13 steps to prevent early chicks mortality, and once you follow these guidelines, you are rest assured of a high number of birds crossing over from the brooding stage. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell for you not to miss out on the 13 steps to prevent early chicks mortality.